to do a home keratin treatment. Now this isn't to be confused with the straightening treatment. This is a strengthening treatment. It's a reconstructive hair treatment for dry, damaged hair. Now, just because I said, oh, it's for dry, damaged hair, it's still good to do it if your hair is normal. Like my hair is normal at the moment, and I still do this treatment. I obviously don't do it as much as I used to do it when my hair used to be really damaged. So if your hair is really, really damaged, then I would advise you to do it maximum once a week. And if your hair is normal, like how mine is now, I usually do it every 8 weeks. You can do it every month if you prefer, but it just depends on how you feel or how often you need to do it. Now if you've got really damaged hair, don't be tempted to do protein strengthening treatments too often, because it will break your hair. It will cause your hair to snap because it's too much protein for your hair to handle. If you're doing it several times a week, do not do that, because it will damage your hair, it will break the hair. So I'm just going to go through the steps, and I'll start with the first one. So first you're going to wash your hair with an anti-residue shampoo. It has to be an anti-residue shampoo. It can't be a normal shampoo. It has to be anti-residue because you need to remove every single, as much build-up as possible, as much residue of product on your hair as possible. So make sure you're using an anti-residue shampoo. Now if you're more into natural products, there are brands that do natural residue shampoos. Obviously it's not 100% natural, but focusing more on natural ingredients. Like I think Avalon do a anti-residue shampoo, and I'm quite interested in trying that because I haven't tried it yet. So yeah, if you're into natural products, then there are natural products available for anti-residue shampoos. They usually have like citrus fruits, like lemon or grapefruit. So yeah, first wash your hair with an anti-residue shampoo and wash it twice. You want to make sure that your hair is completely prepared to receive the treatment. So the next step you're going to do is to dry your hair with a towel. Now obviously don't rub your hair between your hands or anything, just pat it dry and then wrap your hair up and leave it in the towel for about 10 minutes, because you want the towel to absorb all the excess water before you put in your keratin treatment. You don't want too much water to be in your hair, or else it will water down the treatment. So make sure you leave your hair in your towel for maybe about 10 minutes or so. I usually wait about 10 to 15 minutes and my hair's fine. It'll be damp, it won't be wet anymore. And after your hair's damp, not too wet, then you're going to spread the keratin treatment throughout your hair evenly. Now the keratin treatment I use, unfortunately, is not available. I don't think it's available outside Brazil. If the brand is called Feel Restore, and the reason I use this one is because I think when my hair was really, really damaged, when I first tried a reconstructive treatment, I happened to be in Brazil at the time, and I went to a beauty supply store and the lady recommended this to me, and it's the only one that I've used since that time because it's amazing. I really, really like this brand, and I haven't tried anything else. Now there are loads of brands available that do keratin treatments. Like this is just basically a deep conditioner with keratin in it. Now you can shop around to see what brand appeals to you and test brands, see what you think works well for you. And basically what you're going to be looking for is a deep conditioner that claims to be a reconstructive conditioner. Make sure when you're looking in the ingredients that it has keratin in it. Now there's a brand that I want to try, their reconstructive mask, and it's by Sofnfree GroHealthy, and it's called Nothing But Intense Healing Mask, and it looks really, really good. I think it possibly could be very good because I've got another product from this brand, and I really like it, so I'm really interested in trying their reconstructive mask. I'll leave a picture in now just so you can see what it looks like. So yeah, when you're massaging the product into your hair, make sure you do this evenly. You have to spread the product throughout your hair very evenly. So what I do is I put my hair into sections. I do the back part first, and then I do the top part of my hair in sections as well. And then I'll get a small section and smooth the product into that particular section, and then I'll work through all my hair until the product has been worked through very evenly, because you want to make sure that each strand is coated in the product, so the product can work as well as it can work, and you're giving love to all your hair strands. And you'll see that it does make a difference, rather than just getting a blob and then trying to massage it everywhere. And especially works better if you've got a lot of hair. So the next thing you're going to do, you're obviously going to leave the product in for as long as the product instructs you to do so. And what I advise you to do while you're doing that is to put a metallic plastic cap over your head, just a normal one like this. You can get it from any beauty supply store. It doesn't have to be anything fancy like those hoods. I actually bought one of these because when my hair was really damaged, I bought so many gimmicks, and this was one of them. It's one of those hoods that you put on your head, and then it has a tube that you connect to your hair dryer. So then you turn your hair dryer on a low setting, and then the heat goes into the tube and then goes through the hair cap and comes onto your hair. But I don't really think that works. Like, I used it a few times and I didn't really see a difference compared to this. And what I do sometimes when I'm using this is, once it's on my head, I do pop my hair dry in a little bit on a low heat and a low air setting, and let the warm air circulate a little bit. So, and then turn it off. I only do this for maybe about 3 minutes or something, and then turn it off and leave the warm air to help keep the warmth inside the cap, because obviously warmth helps conditioning products to work better. They manage to get into your hair better when there's heat. Now the best way that I find to do any kind of treatment in your hair is if you're having a hot bath, and it has to be a really hot bath, and you're just lying there relaxing and everything, and then you put this on your head, and because you're really hot, you're sweating and everything, and so the heat emits from your scalp. Now this is the best method I've ever used when doing any kind of treatment on my hair. Now obviously I don't do it every single time, because it doesn't have to happen that every single time I'm going to be doing a treatment on my hair I'm having a hot bath. I just take advantage if I'm having a hot bath that I do a treatment, because I feel like that's the best way that the product gets into my hair. So I recommend that to you. If you're ever having a really hot bath, do a strengthening or reconditioning treatment with your hair cap, and it will really get into your hair. It's really good. Okay, so the next step, once the product's penetrated in your hair and it's time for you to take the product out, make sure you thoroughly rinse your hair. You have to rinse it really well. Do not leave any product in your hair. Make sure you rinse it really well, and then condition your hair with a really good conditioner. Again, do not use like a deep conditioner or anything, just a really good conditioner. And then obviously rinse that out, and again wrap your hair in a towel and let the towel absorb all the excess water so your hair is damp. Now the norm for the next step was to blow dry your hair with the next keratin product and then straighten it. But I don't do this because I don't like it. I think it's just too much heat on my hair, so I don't blow dry and then straighten. What I do is I wait for my hair to dry naturally and then I straighten my hair. Now obviously it takes long for your hair to dry naturally, so yes, when I straighten my hair I do it on the next day. I don't do it I don't do my hair in the morning, wash my hair in the morning and then wait till night time to straighten my hair. Sometimes that does work, but I usually just straighten my hair the next day. But if you want to blow dry hair and straighten it, then by all means do that. Now this is one of the most important steps. This can't be left out. The heat part cannot be left out. I know a lot of people might be thinking, oh, but my hair's too damaged and I hate heat, heat damages hair and everything, blah blah blah. But if you're going to do a keratin strengthening treatment, you can't leave the heat part out, because the heat is what seals the keratin into the hair. So this is why a lot of people do blow dry and then straighten the hair. But again, like I said, I don't like to do this. I just like to straighten my hair so it doesn't just dry out too much. It will still seal the keratin in, but it won't be just too much heat. So when it's time for me to straighten my hair, what I do is I get my next product, which is ApHogee's Keratin and Green Tea Reconstructor, and it looks like this. You can get this again from any beauty supply store. It costs $4.99, and I feel like it's a really good price because you get 237 mils, and it's a really good product. This is like one of my holy grail hair products, and I really love it, so I really recommend this. And again, I don't think it's that expensive or anything because it lasts really long. Now, because I don't do this strengthening treatment all the time, this lasts me for over a year, like maybe even almost 2 years. So yeah, I recommend this one. If you find another one that works well for you, then you can use another one. So basically this is kind of like a leave-in keratin conditioning treatment thing, and it also protects your hair from heat. So this is why I really like it. So when I'm going to straighten my hair and I'm separating the sections, every time I separate a section, then I spray a little bit of this product. Remember, not too close, slightly far away. I spray a little bit on each section and then comb it through with a thin rat tail comb, so that all the product is distributed evenly, and then I go ahead and straighten that section. And it doesn't take long or anything because the product's in my hair or anything like that. It just takes as long as it would normally take if I wasn't doing this type of treatment. So make sure you don't put too much because you don't want to fry your hair. You're just going to put as much as that's needed to spread the product lightly and evenly throughout the hair, so all the hair strands are coated in the product. And that's basically it. That's the treatment done. But another thing that's important is to make sure you don't go and wash your hair 2 days later or the next day, because then you're just going to wash out all the goodness that you put in your hair. So you want to, if you're someone who washes your hair really regularly, you're going to want to wait at least 3 days before you wash your hair again, because like I said, you'll wash out all the stuff that you put in your hair. So don't wash your hair immediately, like the next day or in 2 days after you've done this treatment. Wait a minimum 3 days. So yeah, basically that's it. That's how I do my home keratin reconstructive strengthening treatment on my hair. If you have any questions, then leave them down below and I'll definitely make sure I get back to you. And I will see you next time. Bye.